How's it going, everybody? My name is QuitsDrop. Welcome back to the Futures Analysis. It is the good old 7/9, July 9th, Friday. Let's get into this. We're looking at the ES futures, but first I want to preface this by saying that I haven't been making as many of these videos, mainly because I've just been just not as interested. I've quit trading as much, and yeah, I lost a bit of money, kind of out of it lately, but it's been a good week. No reason for it to stop now. Thank God it's Friday, am I right? Hopefully you fellas have a nice Friday as well. And fellerettes, of course. Can't forget the fellerettes. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So, did I miss anything? Have a good Friday. Have a good week. Yeah, alright. So, market's been pretty stale the past couple of days, but something happened this Thursday that's going to have something for me to talk about. So we saw this nice big drop. We bottomed out at around 42.87 at the support zone down here. It'd be nice if I could just rectangle. Nice. So we've established a lower boundary for ourselves at this support region, and that's basically going to serve as the support region for the coming days. We topped out on this big uptrend from ES, and we're starting to come down. So we saw a nice double top pattern over here. However, since we bottomed out, we took a big crash. I believe this was Thursday. Yep, Thursday around the middle of the afternoon to actually the beginning of the trading day, rather. And we peaked up as soon as trading opened, and now we are forming a bit of a triangle pattern. So let's go ahead and draw that out real quick. If I could find my brush tool. So we are forming this nice triangle pattern, which will look a little something like this. And hopefully this will break now or early into the morning hours and send us past this previous zone of 42 or 43.22.5. Let's go ahead and draw that in. And if we can make it past this zone, we should be steady flying. Actually, I'll tell you what. I think this deserves another rectangle. Wow, 2 rectangles on 1 futures. That's unheard of. Wow. So we've established a lower region and an upper region. Now all we're trying to do is break past this upper region. Into the early morning hours, we should see some activity before we meet some resistance. And that should look a little something like this. So we should see a nice peak, some fighting resistance, maybe some high volume into the early morning hours until we hopefully break past and shoot past it. So, onto the NASDAQ futures. Immediately, we see what the NASDAQ likes to do. Just absolutely slam the floor. So we've hit that same sort of region of limbo where we bottom out. What we're looking for now is for us to break this steep triangle on the way up. Hopefully it's on the way up. It could be on the way down, though. So we've got our support trend line here, but if we don't break this trend line, we're likely to fall back down. This is a bearish pattern, considering that we're coming off of a bearish fall. This is just a bearish continuation pattern, but it can always turn bullish if we just continue upward. It's quite steep, so it's a little bit less likely, but that is what we're hoping for. So onto the Dow futures. So we broke past the channel. Unfortunate, but it happens. We couldn't quite regain the levels that we were at post all of this, or prior to all of this. However, we have the same triangle pattern forming on the Dow. So we can draw that in. Nice. And we've got a lot more resistance touches here that we can draw. Sort of like this. We're on the brink, all 3 futures on the brink of breaking this triangle with strong positive buying volume even into the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. hours my time, so 3, 4 a.m. Market time. So we'll see what happens here. It's looking pretty bullish just based off of the volume and the constant green candles. So if we are likely to break, we'll likely see something like this. Momentum's going to stop out pretty early, though, with the Dow and the NASDAQ because we've already had such positive buying volume. The NASDAQ may continue a little longer because it likes to move harder. But with the slow mover like the Dow, it's more likely that we'll see something like this. Let me just fix this. Jesus Christ, man. My arrows are something else. We're going to see something like this probably. A lot slower moving, but it's still going to be the same end result where we see us coming up. On the downside, we're likely to test this resistance line and then continue downward, something like that. Anyways, that's going to be about it. Hopefully you guys have a great Friday and a great finish to the week. Crack open a cold one to celebrate the week. It was a pretty decent week. Well, I say that, but it actually wasn't a pretty decent week. Started off pretty strong, but, you know, it ended pretty poorly. It's been a good week for me, though, so hopefully you guys had a good week. And, yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Have a nice one, and goodbye.